Well, I'm back. Did I expect in the Big 26 to be making basketball videos again? Definitely not. I was not expecting this comeback, honestly, because I've been working on other things. Like in my previous video that I just posted recently, Floor's Love is one of my clothing brands, whatever. Today, we're going on a whole nother dive today because this topic has honestly been coming up a lot recently, and people are outraged. They're pissed. They can't believe this shit. Topic of today is the Thunder. I mean, it's wicked at this point. It's pretty bad. You got guys like Shai Alexander. You got guys like Jalen Williams who are getting flamed right now, just getting absolutely torched in comments, posts, social media, everything that you could possibly get your hands on in terms of social media or news. They're getting flamed. It doesn't matter what news outlet it is, doesn't matter if it's a comment section. Shai and the rest of the team are getting flamed right now. But yes, the Denver Nuggets do have an issue with man, I don't know. Too tired for this shit, man. I need something to like boost me. I need something like energy or like something, bro. I can't do this video. I can't edit the video. I can't record the video. I'm too tired, bro. There's got to be something like fuck, man. There's got to be something that'll like amp me up or something. There's got to be like I don't know, maybe like an energy drink or like fuck. I don't know. Yo, what the fuck you crying about, bro? Damn, all this crying about being tired and shit. Fuck. You want something to help you, bro? You really want something to help you? Okay, well, I got this website or whatever that you can use, and they have like, they got energy drinks, they got supplements and all that shit that can help you figure out whatever the fuck you need, bro. But I'm tired of hearing all this crying shit, bro. I'm trying to go to sleep. Can you shut the fuck up? Damn, bro. Damn, look, broke the fucking door and everything. Dumb fuck. Shit, stop all that crying, bitch. Oh, and by the way, it's called w.gg. So stop your fucking crying, alright? Oh, and one more thing. If you want 10% off your next purchase, use Mercy Streetwear as your discount code at checkout. Yeah, bitch. Yep, I finally have my first video sponsor, and today's sponsor will be w.gg. They are a energy drink / supplement for gamers or people who work out like I do, go to the gym. They have merch, they got shakers, they got everything that you could ever ask for, honestly, to not be tired whenever you're doing something that requires energy, such as, like I said, workout, sports, gaming, up all night, whatever, editing videos, recording videos. These guys will save you for sure. Now, the flavor that I recommend is the S'mores flavor energy drink tub. That one is super good. It tastes just like a s'more. It tastes fantastic. I always use this one before I go work out and everything. And even after I get done working out, I have no crash whatsoever. I just come home, eat, and just do my daily necessities, honestly. Now, like I said before, if you just use my discount Mercy Streetwear, you will get 10% off of your next item, which is fantastic. Look at that. Bam! You just save $4 on a $39 tub of energy drink supplement. So next time you go over to w.gg, support your boy and put in this discount code right here. You know what I'm saying? Get you like $4 off your thing. So appreciate you guys. Now back to the video. Sorry. Now, I want to go into more depth about the reason why I'm talking about the Thunder. It is because of the free throw and the whistle and all that stuff that they're getting right now in terms of like favoritism. Now, as of right now, fans of the NBA, or if you just even barely keep up with it, people are very upset right now because they feel like the Thunder are getting calls like it's absolutely nothing. Like it's just a piece of candy and the fucking refs are just handing it to them. Now, I wanted to go on a deep dive on why that is and examples of why everybody thinks they're getting an easy call or they're getting easy calls or whatever. Now I want to go into a deep dive and give examples and reasoning of why they're getting these foul calls, why the refs are just basically giving them games at times, why Shai is not really that much of a fraud of an MVP, meaning obviously last year, of course. So just little stuff like that is what I will be going into today. Now, as we all know, Shai won the MVP in 2024-2025 season, pretty much just last season, of course. And the first thing everybody did was basically say it was a fraudulent MVP award, that he didn't deserve it. Now, of course, you have your people of, yes, he deserves it. He deserved to be MVP. He worked hard for it, and he was a scoring machine, this, that, and the third. And then you have your bunch of people over here that said, bullshit, that's not true. He's a free throw fucking merchant, and he doesn't deserve it because he just shoots free throws all fucking day. Now, I'm here to tell you why you are wrong. The people that are in this section, you are wrong, because he wasn't a free throw machine and a free throw merchant. Basing his numbers last year based off of compared to other MVPs in the previous years, he is actually not that much of a free throw merchant as people would like to seem. Now, for example, the reason why I say this and bring this up is because Shai, in the year that he won MVP, which was last season, he was actually only averaging 8.8 free throws a game. Now, compare it to the season before that, yes, it looks bad because Jokic was averaging 5.5 free throws a game. So yes, that comparison and that differential is very, that is a big margin in terms of difference, of course, but there is a guy that in the last few years has been really bad when it comes to free throw attempts. Because in the year before that, before Jokic won MVP, Joel Embiid was averaging 11.7 free throws a game. Now that is a big 6 free throw difference in margin. That is insane. Then in the year prior to that, Giannis Antetokounmpo was averaging 11.4 free throws attempts per game. So these are all attempts per game. All these MVPs I just listed, these are all attempts per game for that season. Shai is in the top 3 out of those 4. So that should give you your answer pretty much. Joel Embiid and Giannis have a way better whistle in terms of free throw attempts. Even comparison to that season that Shai won MVP. Just go back to last season. Giannis was averaging 12.4 free throws per game. That whistle different, that's a 4-3 free throw margin right there already off the rip. So if you want to go ahead and call Shai a free throw merchant last year, go ahead, be my guest. Comparison to Jokic's free throw attempts the year before that, yes, it looks crazy, but in terms of free throw attempts and whistles and whatever, Shai wasn't as bad as Giannis, 12 free throws attempt per game, and then Joel Embiid the season before Jokic, and then Giannis the season before Joel Embiid won his MVP. So Shai's free throw attempts, honestly, I don't feel like had any impact on his MVP choice. I think his scoring was the reason. His rebounding and his assist numbers were all the reasons why. He's not a bad defender, and he also led his team to an MVP. Not MVP, finals. Without Shai on that team, the Thunder do not go to the finals the way that they do. They don't go there and win the way that they do. Given, yes, that Tyrese tore his Achilles, it would have been a different series. I 100% agree. But there were some little sketchy parts, like this clip, for example, where Cason Wallace was literally grabbing TJ McConnell's arm in the middle of the fucking game in front of the ref. That was nuts. I'll show it here. Now, yes, while that is crazy, of course, there was a lot of sketchy shit going on. I totally understand that. But Shai is not a free throw merchant in terms of this past season. Now, you transfer to this season, I can't give him any grace. Now, when I say this about Shai, it's not more likely Shai, it's about the team itself, honestly. Because Shai this season is averaging 8.8 free throws a game this season, which is only 0.1 higher than last season. So it's not a big difference, honestly. The difference now, though, is you can tell there's a lot more flop baiting or foul baiting and stuff like that. Like, There's clips of him going around where he'll drive in and he'll throw his arms up, and it's a foul. The one in particular is the one where he was against the Warriors and he was being guarded by Al Horford. He dribbled out to the middle of the mid-range. He went to dribble out and he basically tried to cause contact with Al Horford and went backwards, obviously, and faded away. It wasn't even a foul, and the Warriors, the whole arena, including the coaches, Steve Kerr, even Steph Curry, who was injured, got off the fucking bench and stood up and was like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we calling at this point? What is going on? Steph Curry knows he don't even get them fucking calls sometimes, which is just absurd. And then you have guys like Jalen Williams on the team that are also foul baiting, flopping a lot, throwing their hands up in the air and shit. It's getting to a point, right? Because obviously the NBA implemented a rule where it is pretty much against the rules to foul bait. You can't flop no more. It's a technical. It's a technical if you flop or whatever. The only problem is the NBA refs are not calling any of this shit because they know that deep down in their hearts they have egos. They don't want to call this stuff because they don't want to have the feeling of being wrong. That's why a lot of these challenges and shit like that, I know I'm going off on a tangent here and ranting, but a lot of these challenges that coaches like to do, coaches challenge or whatever, the refs will more likely, less the time, do not overturn the call because it looks bad on them. It looks bad on them. You just fucked up, you made a bad call, and now the coaches are calling you out on it, and now you don't want to flip or reverse the call. Same thing with foul baiting. A foul occurs, he flops. The NBA ref is not going to go, maybe I should give him a technical for that because I was in the wrong. Come on, man. They're all human. They all do the same shit. They all follow the same guideline. It is the same shit over and over again. That's why Shai gets the calls that he does. That's why Jalen gets the calls that he gets. That's why the Thunder team themselves get the call that they get. They just got blown out by the fucking Hornets by 27 the other night. I'm just saying, like, the Thunder, when they don't get their calls sometimes, it gets sketchy and it gets a little weird. When they do get the calls, it's more likely just like a foul bait or whatever, you know? Not saying that every single foul that they get called, like for them, that goes their way, isn't always like a flop. Yes, of course, you have your real deal fouls. Not every single foul is a flop. You'll have your real ones, of course. But when it happens so consistently over a certain basis of games, it looks to be a little sketchy. But see, now what I'm going to do also, though, for my Thunder fans out there, I am not a Thunder fan, though I am a Nuggets fan. But for the Thunder fans that are out there watching this going, we don't get calls. We don't get calls. We don't get shit. Whenever we do get calls and we get caught flopping, it looks crazy because we're a good team. We just won a championship. And I'm going to have to agree because while they do get some crazy ass calls, while it does look bad at times, while it looks a little goofy, the Thunder don't even lead in the top 10 for free throw attempts this season alone. They're not even in the top 5, not top 3, not top 10. They're actually in the bottom 10. The leaders for free throw attempts this season are the Orlando Magic, averaging 28 free throw attempts per game. 5 more in a different margin than the Thunder. And just for an extra piece of key knowledge, even last season when they won the championship, they were in the bottom 5 for free throw attempts per game. I mean, the stats don't lie, y'all. Come on, let's be serious. We're all grown adults here. I mean, yeah, sure, there's a few people that are, younger that are watching this shit, but everybody sees it. The flops, yes, they look fucking crazy. I promise they do. They happen a little bit more often. But when you have the Magic that lead the free throw attempts in this season, and even last year, they weren't even the top 5. The Thunder weren't. The Nuggets were actually the number 1 team in free throw attempts last year. So that kind of gives you some intel that the Thunder actually aren't really that much of free throw merchants as some people would like to consider because, no offense, this is going to sound bad, but it's true. People are more likely to hate on a team that wins more often. Sorry, it's just true. It's just the truth, and I'm sorry. I just probably pissed a lot of people off. A lot of people just clicked off this video because they just cannot believe it. They can't believe it. No, the Thunder, they're cheating. They're cheating, guys. Come on. They're foul baiting. That's why they're so good. It's impossible. I hate to tell y'all this, But the stats do not lie, y'all. I'm sorry. Shai doesn't lead the league in free throw attempts. Okay? The Thunder, I understand. Last year's free throw attempts per game, it's a big difference from last year to this year. It looks crazy. I know it does. I know the season's not fully done yet. The season's like halfway through. It's getting there. We're not even at All-Star yet. I know there's a lot more year left. But honestly, they're 6-6 in their last couple home games or games overall. This video is gonna be a little outdated, obviously, because obviously they rolling. You know what I'm saying? NBA is every day damn near. So yes, there's a lot of season left for this opinion to change. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Then I'll shut the fuck up. So with all that information now boiled over and talked about, and now that we've gone over the stats and looked over everything, I know what I said. Yes, the differential looks crazy. The Thunder do seem to be foul baiting a lot more than other teams that I've seen, honestly. But sure, as we all know, they will keep making memes. They'll keep making jokes. Like I said, I am not a Thunder fan. I have no bias. I don't give a fuck. I'm letting you guys know my opinion straight up. Be mad if you want to be mad. Be happy if you want to be happy. I'm pretty sure Thunder fans are going to rally to the comments to cheer me on. I don't care. Respectfully, I don't give a fuck. Stats do not lie at the end of the day. I am not lying at the end of the day. You can look it up. The information is available on the internet wherever the fuck you want to find it. The stats are there though. I'm sorry, y'all. I know this video is probably not what y'all wanted to hear. I apologize. I'm still gonna bag on somebody right now because this person has been popping up on my timeline like it's a fucking disease. And it's a player that a lot of people are hating right now, and it's for good fucking reason, in my opinion. Lu Dort is the name that is honestly spreading like wildfire against all my timelines. I'm pretty sure against everybody's timelines, whoever follows basketball or the NBA. This fucking guy is like the worst, most unimaginable like disgrace to basketball I've ever seen, honestly. I know Draymond's pretty bad. You know, you got your Dennis Rodmans. You know, you got those guys that are nitty gritty like Dylan Brooks. You got all those guys that do the dirty work. But Lu Dort is like a different kind of dirty work. He's just like, he's up front with it and he doesn't really give a fuck. He's like, I'll play dirty. I'll be a piece of shit. Once I check into this game, my goal is to try to hurt or piss as many people off as possible without saying a single fucking word. For Lu Dort, it's all in his actions. It's kicking your leg out, or it's just putting your hand on another man's dick and balls just to punch him there, or like just to cause some havoc and cause some recklessness. This fucking man is built like a damn linebacker, and he just chooses to use it in the worst way possible at times. Like, a lot of people will use the word menace. He's a menace. He's just a straight up menace. He's a menace to the game. This motherfucker's not even a menace. He's just like, because menaces, usually they're a little quiet sometimes. You know, they got their moments. Excuse me. They're a little bit more outward. You know what I'm saying? They're more a little outrovert with their actions and how they carry themselves. Lu Dort is more like a under the radar villain. He's the guy that pops up at the end and everyone's like, oh my god, you're a piece of shit. He's like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit, but like I'm not gonna tell you that though. Like, you gotta really like watch me to like really understand that I'm a dickhead. Like, sorry, like he's just an asshole. Like, and it sucks because I used to like Lu Dort, but then you start seeing all the clips come out of him punching dudes in the dick, hitting in the balls and shit, and then like he'll kick his leg out after a three, or like he'll just do some reckless shit to piss people off or to hurt somebody. And it sucks to see that, because Lu is actually not a bad player. He's really not. He's a 3-and-D guy. He can play probably 1 through 4, honestly. Right? Not the 1. I gave him too much grace on that one. My fault. He could probably play the 2 through 4, right? Because he's a big ass dude. He's buff as fuck and he's strong as shit. You could probably play him to the 2 or 4. Not the 5, obviously. But the shit that he does is kind of outrageous. And I think that's why the Thunder are getting so much heat right now. Because you got guys like Lu Dort that will go out and do dirty shit. and be a fucking loser and try to injure players. And then you got the videos and the clips circulating around the internet of Shai flopping, throwing his arms up in the air, Jalen Williams getting hurt because of some random dumb shit. You got clips like that are coming out on the consistent, and it looks terrible. It truly does. But I cannot stress enough that they are not the most free throw averaging team out there right now. The Magic, 28 free throws attempts per game. That should tell you everything you need to know. Like, even for example, Shai, who was the MVP last season, didn't even have as many free throws as, let's say, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, even Shaquille O'Neal, when he was playing, understandably enough, yeah, he was a center, but he was averaging 10.4 free throw attempts per game. Hack is Shaq. I get it, but he still won MVP, and he was still higher in free throw attempts per game than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And even if people want to play this game of, well, he's a point guard, he's not a center like Joel, he's not a power forward like Giannis, he's not a center like Shaq. Okay, well, let's go back to another Thunder point guard that I'm sure everybody knows, who is my GOAT, one of my favorite players all time, Russell Westbrook. He was averaging more free throw attempts per game than Shai was. When Russell Westbrook won MVP, he was averaging 10.4 free throw attempts per game. I mean, the stats don't lie, y'all. Come on. Shai doesn't even average 10 free throws per game in the last 2 seasons. Not yet, at least, obviously, because this season needs to finish, and then the opinions will formulate themselves. But honestly, even when a point guard who was Russell Westbrook, one of the best point guards, top 5 all time, top 3 of all time in my opinion, even when he won, he had 10.4 free throw attempts per game, and he was a Thunder point guard at one point who won MVP. Even James Harden, when he won it, the MVP, years and years ago, he was even averaging 10.1 free throws a game. So this argument that Shai is a free throw merchant and all this other shit that people are throwing onto him is kind of invalid when you really take a deep dive and just look at the stats. The free throws made, yes, that can definitely conjure up some points. Yes, he's a free throw merchant. He makes all of his free throws. Sure, whatever. But in terms of attempts and fouls that he gets per game, the whistle isn't there like how it was at one point for James Harden, for Russell Westbrook, even guys that weren't point guards. Shaq, way back when. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid. Even I was gonna say Jokic, but that's a lie. He has way less free throws than all those guys. But I'm just saying, Shai is not as much of a free throw merchant as people would love to seem and say, because clips are the easiest thing to digest rather than looking at stats on a stat sheet. It's way easier to watch a 5-second video of him flopping and formulate an opinion that, yes, this motherfucker is a free throw demon. Did I just say free throw? Oh, a free throw demon. I cannot even believe I just said that. That was crazy. But the formula for all these opinions, for these critiques about free throws, it's kind of invalid when you really look at the Thunder stats and Shai's stats just alone by themselves. So I think I've done enough yapping. Honestly, I probably pissed a lot of people off. Probably like 80% of the NBA fans. It's fine. It's cool. Stats don't lie. I'm not lying. All this shit is available everywhere. You want to go look at Pro Basketball Reference for stat sheets. Go look at ESPN for stat sheets. Go do what you got to do, man. Even look at Google. I don't know. Google will probably have this shit posted somewhere as well. So with that, I'm going to end the video here. Like I said, if you guys want to go look at this shit, look at stat sheets, go do what you got to do, man. I'm telling you, I'm not lying, y'all. I promise. Everything edited here is real. It's not AI. I made all this shit myself. I looked up all this shit myself. It's real. These are all proven stats. I'm not lying. I promise, y'all. I wouldn't lie to y'all. So the first thing I want to say is thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that I took such a long break. Like I said, I've been busy with my clothing brand. I've been busy just with work, trying to get back to work. I got some shit going on. Yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. This is a long video. All my videos are usually more than like 15 minutes long, so this is going to be a bitch to edit. I already know, but yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the eyes and ears that watch this video or listen to this video. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, I will see y'all later. Y'all stay safe.